Alright, so what we have here is an AVR which runs off the external crystal, and the external crystal goes into a divider, just a binary counter that divides into 2, 4, 8, and 16. And of course this is the divide by 1, the straight output from the crystal. The AVR is actually running off the crystal frequency, or not the crystal frequency, but the divider output, whichever we choose. And what else? And it uses the watchdog timer to detect the crystal frequency. So it has to be calibrated based on the voltage and probably ambient temperature and various other things, but it has been relatively stable in my tests over a few days. Here we go. Now, when you first flash it, it has to calibrate itself, so you first flash it with 16 megahertz crystal, and then after that it calibrates itself and it does its thing. And so I don't have the flash stuff connected here, so it's already been calibrated. But if I turn it on, we will see, there's the click. Okay, so there we go. Okay, now I'm going to turn it off so that we can actually see what it said. There we go. It detected roughly 22.25 megahertz, roughly something like that. And we have a... Why does my camera not focus up close? Well, anyways, it's a 22.3210 megahertz crystal. So it's accurate enough for right now. We're transmitting at to get 9600 bits per second. So let's say I switch this from here to, whoops, hold on, I can't focus with my eyes and with my fingers at the same time. There we go. Okay, so that should be divided by 2. So now let's see what we get. Run it, and the first boot will always be messed up. There we go. Okay, the second boot and the third boot we get 11.13. So it's not perfectly accurate by any means, but it's close enough to get serial data transmission clear at 9600. So there's the 22 megahertz crystal. Can I see that at all? Is it even possible? No, I don't know, whatever. Okay, here's a 40 megahertz crystal. I don't think the AVR, it might be able to handle 40 megahertz, but let's make sure that we start with divide by 2, and this power on, takes a second. Okay, there we go. So 19.98 megahertz is what it read, and now it's able to transmit at 9600. So let's switch it again. Let's switch it to divide by 4, and we should get 10 megahertz. Let's turn it on, and the first one is garbage because it doesn't know what the delay count. It has to calculate it before it can start transmitting. So anyways, so the second boot we got 10 megahertz. Alright, cool. We could switch down to 5. I'm not sure if it's accurate. Well, let's see, the bit T count is 16 now, so it should jump down to half that, which is 8, which is divisible, so it should be pretty much the same. Let's see. First boot. Second boot. There we go, 5 megahertz. Again, this is transmitting I guess I've said that a few times, but plenty accurate enough for most of my needs. Let's see, do we have some others we could throw in here? Here's 20 megahertz. I guess that's not really relevant because we just did 40 divided by 2. Here's 16. Let's see. Some of these have short pins and I need to kind of hold them in place. But, yeah, let's see. Well, we'll see if it works. Okay, 16 megahertz. Looks like it's working. It's debatable. I think we're at divide by 4 right now, so it's questionable. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work at divide by 4. Yeah, oh, yeah. Actually, I'm kind of curious because the last one here looks like we could actually divide that down again by half and it should still work. I'm kind of curious, but anyways, 16 megahertz divided by 4 is a no-go, but let's do divided by, oh, excuse me, that was divided by 8. Okay. Anyways, 16 divided by 4 does not work. Maybe. Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's try 16 divided by 2. Yeah, okay. But 16 divided by 2, I have seen that work and not work on both ways. Okay, 16 divided by 2 should be 8 megahertz. Yes, okay, there we go. 8 megahertz. See, since the bit T count is 13, we can't divide that without having a half of T count, and right now it's not implemented to work like that. But we could go back up to 16 megahertz. And, oh my gosh, we're already at 7 minutes. Okay. Well, anyways, I think you get the idea. There we go. 16 megahertz. Alright. I guess that's good.